My goal is to be who I am. And that's not as easy as it should be. I control my environment. I control myself. I know myself. And I know that I am influenced by those around me. I can't help it. I become a mirror of everything that I see, everybody around me, everything that I hear, everything that I experience. And that's why I prefer being alone. It makes things a lot easier. I am in control of my circumstances, my experiences. Nobody else is influencing how I am. You know, my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, my self, my sense of who I am as a person. All of these things are influenced by the people around me, and by not having people around me, I can choose to be myself. I I'm a selfish person, right? I want to live my life for myself. I want to be who I am. I want to do the things that I want to do. And I know myself, right? I know myself. I've seen this in myself many times. Many times I've seen this in myself. I've seen that when other people are involved in my life, I lose myself. I throw myself into them. I dive into them, and I lose myself. I destroy myself for them. Not intentionally. Not intentionally. It's not their fault. And I wouldn't say that it's mine either. It's just a reflexive reaction that I have to having somebody important in my life. You know, I have somebody important in my life and I throw myself fully into them. I remove the obstacles. I eliminate anything that might prevent me from being part of that person. And those obstacles, those things that I remove, the things that I eliminate as part of being part of that person include who I am as a person. I remove myself. I eliminate who I am as a person. And I know this. I know this. I remove who I am to become who I feel like I should be. And we can talk all day long about how that shouldn't be the case. I agree. Okay. I agree. But, whether or not it should be the case isn't particularly relevant when we know that it is the case, right? So that's why I've found for me, right, for me personally, for the way that I live my life, for me to be able to have some semblance of joy and stability in my life. The best thing that I can do for me personally, and to be clear, I would not, I wouldn't say that this is the right answer for anybody else. I suspect that it's. I suspect that my mechanisms of dealing with the circumstance are unhealthy. I suspect that it is an unhealthy reaction to, I don't know, like being a person, right? I don't think that's an effective way to be, especially in a world that expects us to be with somebody else, right? The world in general expects you to be with one other person, and I find that is not healthy for me, because I can't be with one other person without losing who I am as a person. And that's a problem. That's a problem, right? That should not be the way that is. I agree. But it is. Right? Add it to the innumerable list of things that should not be the way they are, but are the way they are. I should not be the way that I am, but I am. So So what I've found through my life experiences, right? The things that I've been through, the things that I've seen, the things that I've done, the things that I've dealt with. What I've found is that it is best for me to not engage with other people on any kind of close personal emotional level. It is best for me to not do that. If I have any desire to exist as a person, as my own personal entity, it is best for me to not engage with other people, because I can't prevent myself from sacrificing myself for any other important person in my life. So the best thing that I can do is to not have important people in my life. The only reasonable course of action that I might have is to prevent other people from becoming important in my life, because I am selfish and I would prefer to be able to live my life for myself. And I know that if somebody else is involved, I can't do that. I cease to exist. So, the only course, it would seem, that is available to me is to prevent other people from becoming important in my life. The only thing I can control is myself. I can control myself. I can control my environment. I cannot control who I am around other people. I cannot. So, the best thing that I can do for myself as a selfish person is to choose to be on my own, alone, not lonely. That's not an element of the discussion. That's not part of the consideration. Just alone, willingly, gladly, voluntarily, by choice, alone. Knowing that the alternative would be being not alone, and that being not alone means that I am not capable of being myself. I just can't do it. So if I am alone, I can exist as myself. If I am not alone, the only inevitable end point is the complete loss of who I am as a person.